Okay then guys, just really quickly, apologies about the face cam situation. There is no face cam for the first 37 minutes of this video. Basically, I went to delete some stuff 30 minutes into this recording, and I didn't want to have to take the whole camera off, so I just did it on the camera itself. The G7X is absolutely fucking awful. It sometimes just puts files in random orders, so when you're looking back at the videos it will delete anything. Sometimes after deleting a video it will go back to the most recent filmed one, other times it just won't and it will go forward one so that it was the one after the one you just deleted. It's really confusing at times, so I deleted it, and yeah, I ended up deleting the first 2 recordings, I believe it was. So apologies about that. We have an hour's footage with the face cam, but yeah, the first 30 minutes is without. I hope you enjoyed this video. A massive plot twist at the end, and it's a really, really good game. As I said, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and yeah, peace. Yo then, guys, and welcome back to another video. Now today we are going to be playing a game called The Beginner's Guide. Now I have no idea what this is about. All I know is that it's going to be a fairly long video. It's going to be like 2 hours, 3 hours long. I'm not going to be cutting it up into parts because by the looks of it and what other people have said, it's just a game that's better off you just playing through it and uploading the full thing in one go so that people stay enticed by it or in the story a little bit more. So this is going to be a video that's going to be a little bit more relaxed. You can chill out, grab an Easter egg because it's just gone Easter, or if you've eaten them, grab a couple snacks, grab a couple sandwiches, and yeah, let's just relax and have a little bit of a jolly time. Let's grab a drink, grab some food, and we'll relax out. So without further ado, I've turned on captions. Let's begin the game. Let's do this. As I say, don't know what this is about. Please make sure audio is on. Cool, it's on. Controls, WASD and the mouse. Yeah, that's normal controls.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
No worries.
My name is Davey Reedon.
Hello.
I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Okay, cool.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff.
Cool.
And his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I thought it was a
Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Okay, so that's all.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town,
everywhere.
he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town.
Cool.
And instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
Yeah.
This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator.
Okay.
I want us to see past the games themselves.
Yeah.
I want to get to know who this human being really is.
Right.
And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Okay, cool.
So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped.
Oh.
In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
Oh, wow. I don't know when this game came out.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together. is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay. Loading November 2008. Oh my god.
Whisper machine active.
That was loud. Whisper machine status activate.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
How do you reload? Can you not reload? Right, okay. So he didn't put in the mechanic so that you could actually reload the gun. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if I'm meant to be going to a certain location.
Security call reached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
That's fair enough.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
Oh. This is opened up.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh, it's just like a white box. That's pretty cool. This is stunning. Okay.
Apparently, the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
Right.
The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature.
Okay.
If your body could stop the beam.
So I'm killing myself.
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Fuck it, why not?
Let me pause here for a second.
Okay.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Yeah.
But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Alright, so walk in. Oh, you just rise. Oh, wow. Whoa, this is sick. Is this the
beam
level?
Causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs.
Okay.
So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay. November 2008 still. Oh. The past was behind her. Oh, you can only move back.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh, that's weird. Well. Oh, right. there anything? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh!
So it's a short
future
and
could not be
relatively
seen.
minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the
Oh.
previous game, but
Why does the
actually it
future
seems
keep
to be more
changing?
focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. When she stops and looks. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it? Oh,
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works.
Yeah.
Because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
oh, sorry. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, okay, the light comes with it. You are now entering. Entering what? Where am I going?
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay.
Oftentimes,
Huh.
Coda would put bizarre titles like
Nonsense
this
in
one
nearly
at the
every
start of his
direction.
games.
Whoa. It's literally
I wish I'd known
nothing.
him at the time that he was making
You're
these
going up
early
there.
games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him.
Oh,
And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
yeah. Definitely. Okay, I'm going to need to restart my camera. Give me a sec. Can I just say I'm changing up the camera angle now? Okay, so yeah, before we continue, I have changed up the camera angle a little bit on this. I've now got a tripod, which I've put my camera behind my TVs. I've switched all the TVs up, and yeah, it's looking a little bit better, looking a little bit more tidy. Oh,
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl,
The door
at
opens.
the top of the stairs opens.
that's it.
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
I want to see if I can actually get up there, but fuck it. Was Coda okay with these? Like, was Coda okay with you using his games and, like, glitching them so that you could see, have a finishing point to it? Oh my god. They're all little game ideas. A stranger appears. You must address and rally a group of eager press reporters. A game of only posters and concept art showing what the
room
game is
that's
intended
warm
to be.
And nice.
Stand on
and
an
filled
X
with
staring
little
at a bear
ideas
for
for
3
games.
hours. Live on a boat, taking orders from the captain. The captain is always wrong.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant.
Okay.
He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really
Cool.
see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
The game is nothing but giant blocks of text explaining what's happening. You are a gate. You are the queen dusting your jewelry. Wait, okay, great, thanks. I was reading that. Ready, set, fish. This is really weird.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
What am I meant to do? Well, I know I'm meant to solve it. Or is there a button here? Huh. Oh, 1 minute. Oh, right, okay, I see.
Don't forget that
Sweet.
solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Right, okay.
We're gonna see it a lot.
These little interiors are really nice, with like the wooden floor.
So that seems
and-
to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Oh my fucking god. Oh wow.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
Oh my god.
I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game since they essentially convey the opposite idea.
Yeah.
So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich
Yeah,
interior.
whereas this, a
and
dull
then, in this
interior,
level, a dull interior
fantastic
hides
outer
this
world, yeah.
fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're
Yeah.
missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To play. Oh, we're back to this level again. You are now exiting.
Aha. So,
Oh.
this, combined with the entering game from earlier,
Ah.
tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow.
Cool. Yeah.
It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game.
Yeah.
There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Cool. Sweet. Can I just quickly say, I'm not going to be editing this at all. The only parts I'm going to be editing is when I have to restart my camera. So yeah, this is going to be completely unedited. That's a beautiful house. Was this
Let's
like
talk
a
about
hill?
video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which
Yeah.
determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Can I get
To make
in?
all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source.
Okay.
Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear
Oh,
corridors.
wow.
That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Okay, cool.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative
Oh, no.
work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from
I'm
an
dead.
engine that's very good at producing
Oh, no, it's what I was meant to
linear,
do.
boxy corridors.
What's that? Okay. Oh, what is this? This looks like a prison. That gate shut behind me. I don't like this. Whoa, hello. Oh, elevator. Or lift, or whatever. I'm now in a
This prison, funny enough, in
Yeah.
Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Oh my god.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, thank you.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Okay.
And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games.
Okay.
That was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
Wow.
Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Oh, the skybox in this is beautiful. And there's a few like little pixelated bits and bobs, but most of it looks beautiful. Fair play. What am I meant to be doing here? Oh, right.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Sweet.
There's
Cool.
still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay. Listen, speak. You there?
Here,
Did you
Coda
come up
begins
from
using
up
a kind
above?
of dialogue
What was
system
up
that
there?
he fashioned out of the engine's chat
Yes, there was
capabilities.
a world stamp.
Use the
white
1,
yes,
2,
there
3
was
buttons
an
on your
enormous
keyboard
prison
to
that's been
respond.
hours in. Yes, there was these floating. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and a switch? Yes. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get there. Do you understand? It is the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you, there is nothing I want more. Oh, I'm stuck in it now. What do I do? Oh no, I can get through. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, no. We actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? I don't recall a space between the doors. Don't worry, I'm sure you will visit it again soon. Be sure to pay close attention. What was that when I was doing the puzzle?
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Oh shit. This is beautiful.
It's a lamppost.
It is.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost.
Okay.
It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
Oh.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become
It's
a
an
lot
end
more
point.
cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Okay. Cool, just fades out. I've decided that I'm going to eat as well because I'm hungry. And as I say, we can just relax. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Nice room, not?
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
Oh, how did you beat
This
this
was actually
game?
the first game of his that I ever played. This
No
was
point for
shortly
this.
after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so
Whoa, holy
different from
shit.
anything that anyone else was doing. So
And
right
you
away
guys
I
hear
was
me?
like, I have to be friends with this person.
Hello.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying
Reasonable.
to get his attention.
Everyone
I was
read
over
this.
enthusiastic.
Hey.
But he was very gracious about it and
This
very
place
patient.
makes me sad. Why?
And I cooled off eventually. Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not
I
doing
want to tell
anything
you a
for you.
secret.
Nothing
Once
extra is going to happen
upon
if
a
you read all
time
of
I
them.
did.
Either way, to me they
find
convey a sense
fun.
of loneliness.
I'm king of the
I
world.
see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express
Don't know
them
where I go.
except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Oh, right, I'm meant to jump down there. No, I'm not.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know
What's
him
the
better
shit
and
in the
actually
camera?
kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with
Boring.
you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and
Maybe I
have
was
to
just
do
looking
less
for
of
someone
the
to talk with.
messy in-person socializing.
I
could just get
refuse
to
to
know you
believe.
through your work.
But
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as
There's
though
nothing
he
here,
was
go
inviting
back.
me personally
Don't listen to that
into
guy.
his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Okay. Okay, there's a lot of these, so I'm just going to skip through them now. Okay, cool. So yeah, like the lampposts are like an end point. Whereas before there wasn't really an end point. You just walk around this level. I guess the beam was an end point, although there was a bug in that. So that wasn't really an end point. Because I guess you just float forever until you quit. Whereas the lamppost gives it that kind of closure.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Okay.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it.
Can I
And the
just fall
puzzle
down?
is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
That's cool.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult,
Yeah.
Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution. He understands exactly how it
Yep,
works.
you open,
And so it gives him a
you go
simple
out and you
mechanism
close
for
it
moving
as you're
on.
finishing. As you're walking through that door, you close it on the other side. So that little topic that you've been talking about, or that you've been showing
And
off,
because there's this dark
gets
area
closed.
between the doors, a space between
like
the
that.
spaces.
And there you go. That
Before
part
you
of the
move
level
on,
can't be
you get to
reopened.
pause.
There's no little trigger
Just
to
for a
reopen
moment.
that.
A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the
I love
events
the
that
smoke
led you
effects
here.
in there.
To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
What's that sound? Oh, it's typewriters. Okay, just give me a second. I was really confused as to what that sound was then. Alright. And there's the lamppost, and this is the end. But what does this mean? Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak, 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 speak. Oh, damn. Someone wants to have a conversation. They're lonely. Is that Coda?
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay. Alright. Oh. The little pattern, they're just so beautiful. They look sick. The same picture. Same pattern. It's like a prison where you're stuck. I'm at the
See,
bottom
like,
of a
this
well.
is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Right. Whoa. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? Put a giant hole in the ground. Okay, now what along the wall of the room? Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you pick, it's always going to pick the same thing for you. So I could literally have, fuck it, Tesla coils in each corner. And it would just put a lamp over there. And a table, you need a table. I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making a difference. And there you go. Whoa, what the fuck?
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yeah. Is it just the room over and over again?
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. What? This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully, take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good, go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and then turn it back on. Now go to the left side sofa and move it over a little. Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. What? Oh, okay. Return.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well.
Oh.
And then a version where the inside of the prison is the
Whoa.
outside and the outside is the inside.
Oh my god.
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison.
the
idea.
hell?
There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally,
You're inside the well.
it's awful to
And
watch this.
all the
To
furniture's
see a
in
person
there.
basically unraveling
That's the door
through
that you
their
actually
world.
open to get
And
to
for
the
what?
well.
Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this
Upside
prison that I
down,
could be
everything's on
working.
the seat. Oh no, everything's
But
upside
Coda
down.
doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism
Whoa,
of defense
everything's
against
open
yourself. Without it, you
world,
just
and you can see
spiral.
everything around you.
And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something.
What's that?
And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created.
Okay.
And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
What? There's no prison. There is literally no prison. There's just a telephone box. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. Oh, you're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the furniture maze, I was in the escape
It's a
tutorial.
conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone. to
That's
share
where I
what's
am
on his
right
mind,
now.
And to get
Oh,
some
I'm so
good
glad
advice
to
from
know that I
someone
can
who
get out
knows.
finally. Or
The
that I
irony
get
is
out
that even in
eventually.
this
What's it like to
scenario,
escape?
You're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
It feels like being completely still and wildly emotional at the same time. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be the exact same. as before. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Give him some hope. Oh, good. That's so nice to hear. That makes me feel really happy. Age just kind of does that, you know. I'm still me, but I'm not somehow. It's hard to describe. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now. It won't last. Wait, if you are me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No. I'm the first person to call back. Then, can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. You need to tell me how you feel right now. Just talk. Tell me how you feel right now. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Okay, I feel afraid that nothing will ever change. Go on. Camera's just ran out. I'll sort that in a minute. Oh, what?
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Okay. So I feel like this is a little thing that's playing with his
So
mind.
what would
He's
it
so
look
lonely
like?
that he needs to be reminded that everything's going to be okay one day. That he's going to find, maybe make a game that he's really happy with, or I don't know, because it says how he's lonely, and then it's like, I'm afraid that nothing's ever going to change. So maybe he's going to be making the same games that he doesn't really find much interest in for forever and ever, and never really find a game that he loves, and will put live, or you know what I mean. Okay then, guys, so I actually think I've deleted a couple bits by accident. I don't really like the G7X when it comes to sorting stuff out on the camera, on the actual camera, deleting stuff, and whatever else. So I might have actually just lost a little bit of the face cam. If I have, then I do apologise, but there's not really a lot I can do about it now. Yeah, we're just going to have to live with it, unfortunately. But anyway, we are just going to jump straight back into this game when it lets me. Continue.
If Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself.
That's what I said. Okay, one sec.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Oh, okay. What's this? Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from
Don't worry
this
about
point
me, a
on.
place this nice, I'll be
From
glad
here
to
on
stay
out,
here
he
all
begins
night.
putting much more
Well, now
effort
you
into the
just-
visual polish of his work, and this
Sorry.
particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
You done? This is chill as fuck. Right. Why don't we... What's that? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night. I'll finish up here in the meantime. Could you please clear the table? This music is actually beautiful. I need to know what this song is. This is legit so beautiful. Okay. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Yes, sir. Oh. Sorry guys, one sec. Okay, sweet. I'll reply to her in a minute. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a little bit? All the details matter. Straighten out rug. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you end up doing this job? It's been a long time. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems, which I guess is about all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa out here? Oh yeah. There you are. Oh dear, looks like someone spilt a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. I feel compelled to share my incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Of course, let's go. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? I want to know what you wanted, what was on his mind. Last time I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. The tub? Sorry, what do you mean the bathtub? Sweet. Are these still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? Are there still books? If so, would you put them back on the bookshelf? Where is this? Sorry, I don't know where this is. Oh, here, sorry. There we are. Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison
That's
games,
what I've already done though.
this house cleaning level almost feels like
No, it really is.
cleansing.
It's so cleansing.
It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Yeah. I think this is pretty obvious to me, because the guy literally goes, just give me a second. Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you're going to clean a lot of
I
houses.
know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his
That's
face.
nice. In your lifetime, yeah. And among all of those, a few of them will stick out as truly wonderful, beautiful experiences. And none of them will be the ones that were easy. Just something to think about while you smooth out the rug in the bedroom. This is such a nice, calm level, but he went to say something. He went to talk about his insight on life or something like that. And I genuinely love these little experiences where it's nice, just chilled out music and someone's given their insight on their life and just talking about things, talking about experiences, talking about the past, and just talking about life in general, whether that is on a game or in life. You know, the kind of thing where you're just sat on a beach late at night listening to some chilled out songs, or you're in the car just driving late at night with someone and you're just talking about life. Like, yeah. So this game this level repeats. So the tub, yeah, there you go. Let's do that. And then it's in here. No, it's earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Oh damn, that's really true. Damn. If you take care of the house, it will take care of you, because you can live in it safely and healthily. Anyway, so, housekeeping, let's keep doing this. Books, would you please clean up the books? Thank you. That's what I say, like, just talking about life and stuff like that with music like this is like, yes. I can't be the only one. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch are a real
I'm
mess.
glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
It seems like a game to end. Sorry, a song to end the game. I know it's not. Thanks. Oh goodness.
But,
Yeah. Would you?
of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave.
That was
The
really
door
nice.
at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's
Okay.
how you stay alive.
That genuinely was really nice. I'm gonna find that song. Okay. And there's the lamppost. That's the end of the game. Well, that's the end of the
Which
level.
is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
Yeah. You have to move
I
on
really
with your
thought
life,
that
with
was
your
the point of
thoughts. This game is amazing.
This one gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? I'm on my own. Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. Whoa. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp, and the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the
It
game,
is so
perspective shifts.
easy. Being perfect is effortless. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? So I can't put... Oh.
And you play as the teacher.
Oh.
And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are.
I still love
Oh,
you.
and
It's just
also
that you
you
make
can
me
move
feel
around the
cold on
classroom
the
now.
inside. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? No. Never do that. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you, who I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Hi. Just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth. Okay. What if I'm not a good teacher? Holy shit! You guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out! Everyone, run! Run!
I felt pretty hard for this.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Really?
To assume that some other person is perfect
Oh, right, yeah.
and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Damn. The way he said it sounded like he hasn't had contact with Coda.
This one took a lot longer than all
ages.
the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly
Stage.
complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Okay. Whoa. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, just start out leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. It's your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello. Hello, that's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's just that you need a better feel of the setting. There are a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Oh wow. Now talk to her again. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? You're messing it all up again. What do I say? You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realise how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. What do you mean? Oh, this is extended. Okay. There's the lamppost. Oof, okay. They're gonna come again. Okay, yes, now this is working. This is what I like.
What's going to happen next in Coda's life? The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating.
Okay.
He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest,
how long this
I
goes
didn't
on
consider
for.
it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect.
Okay.
To connect with this person. To bring him closer.
I'm really confused
But
now.
what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Wow. He was making them so regularly. And then, yeah. Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Okay. What? Help, I'm blind. Okay. And then okay, everyone's blind. Wow. Where am I going? Oh my god, what the Okay, camera died.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise.
Cool.
And there is a solution, by the way.
What's the solution? What's the solution? Hello? What's the solution? Yo. Doesn't matter what I say. Oh. The only way to stop it? No, that isn't truthful. Well, let me have her speak again. Really? I have to say something that's truthful. Right, let's have to go down here. I will restart the camera in a second. Okay. I can't keep making these. Oh. Oh.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas.
I thought it was going to be easy.
And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like,
I'm alone.
You know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Right, okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months
Oh, wow.
before he finishes something new.
Right, sweet. Let's do this. Where am I? Oh my god. Where did this island come from? How do I get out of here? Oh, sweet. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I'm completely out of ideas. Ah, is that why there's just nothing there? Yeah, this is sick. So he's out of ideas, so it's like fogged. His brain's just fogged because he can't think of anything. There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Wait, what? Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. You have to take me to it. I have no idea what's going on. I clearly haven't gone the right way. Oh no, there's something here, sorry. I can do that, but there's a problem.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly
It's guarded
about
by a
his
difficult
creative
puzzle. If you can
frustrations,
help me solve the puzzle,
this one
we'll
turns
find
it
the
up to 11.
the machine. Deal?
Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet,
Perfect.
still, he keeps making games.
Come along and I'll show it to
Keeps
you.
throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from
It's
my
getting
perspective at the time and just what
Which
I knew
knew
of
it
him,
would.
this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Sweet, there you go.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement.
Yeah.
Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled
Where
into
am
your
I? I'm
work, then if the work
completely
ever
out of
fails, you
ideas.
have no backup and you're just
How
going
do I
to
get out of
crash.
here? You have to take me to it. I've solved this puzzle before. There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. There's no machine here. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. What is... Oh, it's breaking down his wall. Why did the walls just crumble? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. Yes, there was floating coloured blocks. Don't worry
Seeing this
about me,
game
that
at the
place
time
is
that he made
nice.
It looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about, and I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
I don't know what's happening. It's just extending.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
I
I
just
wanted it to stop
broke this-
more than anything.
this wall.
I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
There was someone in there. Was that Coda?
But it didn't stop.
Where he's stuck in this little
After
prison?
finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
He's stuck in a prison and he can't get away from the loneliness. And he just feels like he's trapped inside his own mind all the time. Is that what the prison's all about? As I said, this game is not... I'm not going to be like, you know... like I am in my normal videos. Matt, I'm glad to see you've arrived safely. We've catched the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press. So we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. We get to see the machine. How did you capture the machine? What can you tell us? Will it be punished? Is it actually a machine? Where is the machine now? What can you tell us? What are your next actions? They've called the machine Coda. You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
Your work was keeping us healthy. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you've put them through? Is this what he's telling himself? This is what he's telling himself, I think. Depression, self-doubt. So here's what needs to happen. You need to go out and apologize. You have to admit to the people that you are... I've been so alone. Jesus. Apologize for leaving me. I've seen the thing you fear. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. Oh shit. Was that just breaking it, or the lights went off? My followers. It falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize. It refuses to admit that it deliberate. The machine will not apologize to us. This is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it. And we are not failures. Follow me. We will destroy the machine. Oh, don't say this is what I think it is. Oh, no. Don't say this is what I think it is. Ah, shit, it is. Yeah. Where he just deletes all his work. Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here. Isn't that what you're scared of? Having to live without your precious creations? Having to deal with yourself?
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people.
Yeah.
To get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it.
But did
Because
you
it
get
would
his
never occur to
permission?
Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings,
Yeah.
would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Depends. This is sad. He's just like self-destructing himself.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions.
I'm really
And the great
confused.
part is that they really loved his games.
Amazing.
You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
He was like a machine of ideas, constantly producing stuff, had so many ideas, And then the machine broke down and he got too much in his head. And now he's killing it. He's killing all his ideas and he's killing that part of his life.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully.
There's something not quite right with this. I don't know what it is, but there's something not quite right.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's.
Okay.
This one is called The Tower, and to my
Oh
knowledge,
wow,
it's
so we're
the last
actually
game that
finishing the
Coda
game
ever
now.
made. So let's take a look.
So he hasn't seen this game yet. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. The Tower. The last game that he ever created. Okay.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant. It feels like it's
Yeah.
trying to distance itself from the world.
It's got like massive rooms.
It's a very cold game.
Yeah. There's not many bright colours you feel all on your own. In a massive place. Okay. Wow, yeah.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Okay. What the fuck?
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible.
Ah, okay.
And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be
Yeah.
played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so
Thank
when you're
God.
ready to continue, press enter and I'll put
Yeah.
a bridge over the maze.
Thank you. Legend. See? Davey making it easy.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable.
Yep.
Like the house cleaning game. You know,
Yeah.
that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate.
Cool.
What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Oh no.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement.
No.
It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
Okay.
I'll put the code on the ground for you
Thank
here, though,
you.
so that we can move on.
151617. 151617. Perfect. Cool. Okay.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side.
Right.
So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point,
You
there's
can't get
actually
through.
just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, That's it. That's the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Okay.
But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Legend.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
No, I don't understand this
I don't know
game.
why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution.
Yeah.
But I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time.
Okay, so he has already seen
And as I'm
this.
playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is.
Shit.
It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Okay, let me restart the camera. Because I feel like we're coming fairly close to the end of this. I may be wrong, but...
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow
No.
made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had
I
failed.
feel like he doesn't talk to him anymore. From the way that he's talking about him now. It's almost like they don't speak anymore. He doesn't know what he does. He doesn't know what
Where did I screw
Coda
up?
is like. But I don't know. Ah, here we go.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Oh my god. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I'm making these games for you. Where do I go? Oh. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier?
The people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to
fucking
say.
knew that's what
Even though I
happened.
was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. And this is exactly what I said all video. What did Coda want them being shown to people? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them. He was the one adding lampposts. He was the one giving them an end, like a little ending to each game. I thought that was Coda. Would you simply let
then
them
you
be what
stopped.
they are?
And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened,
Fuck.
there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet, which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing that you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't
And when
like
you
myself.
finally see what I am talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And
Oh, this is wow.
so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again?
Oh.
Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please.
Wow.
I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
That's some fucking powerful shit. Oh. That's some powerful shit, man. Oh. So this whole time, it's actually been Davey who has been depressed
More,
and stuck in his own little head.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Wow. I don't know where I'm going. Do I have to go through one of the carriages? Man, that was whore. Yeah, through here. That was hard hitting.
Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Yeah. There's not always a deeper meaning to something. He could well have just liked making prisons. And as he said, running out of ideas is just a part of the process. Having low moments
Even now,
and
the
sad
disease
moments
is telling
just
me
a
to
part
stop.
of the process.
Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Is that the end? Right. Whew.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
That's hard. And once you start depending on validation, it just gets worse and worse. I got to that stage, and I got out of that, where it's like, oh, how many likes did I get on my Facebook post? 10 less than the last one. Do people not like me anymore? Do people not think I'm funny? I put up singing videos on Facebook. The first one got 700 views. So no, the first one got 4,000 views. And the second one got 600. And it was like, do those, thousands of people just not care anymore? Luckily I got out of that.
What now?
But yeah. Needing external validation is very, very, very difficult to deal with and get out of.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna...
Wow.
Okay.
Is he gone? He's actually gone. Okay. Wow. I was not expecting that to take the turn that it just did. So it wasn't even it wasn't even Coda that was putting in the lampposts, because there was no ending to the games. He just wanted them to be as they were, and whatever you took from them, you would take from them. Once again, though, he wasn't the one going to put them out into the world, so they didn't even need to be finished. Once he thought that they were finished, to him, they were finished, because no one else was going to see them. But Davey put the lampposts in because he thought there needed to be an ending to it all. And as I said, I was saying, all video, does Coda mind you sending this to people and letting other people play it? And he clearly did. He clearly did mind. We back at the train station now? Oh, for God's sake. Sorry, delivery wasn't delivered. Because no one was in. Oh. Okay, no. We all good. I think this is going to be it. I think this is actually going to be the end. But I don't know. Ah, there's a portal at the end that just kills you. I was just not expecting that when that happened. When you walk around the corner and there was a sign like, I need you to stop talking to me. Don't talk to me ever again. And there we go, we float up. And I think that's where we're going to end this game. Oh my god, wow. Holy shit. Look how many he created. Damn, man. This is beautiful. There is tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of mazes in here. Hours and hours of work. And I think that's where it ends.
Turn back,
For R. Who's R?
turn back from this cave. You said let
This project would not have been possible without the following individuals: Matthew Bright, Ryan Roth, Andreas Jorgensen, Jack Parsons, Leah Nelson, Jesus Higueras, Helena Heron, and Richard Flanagan. Was it? Turn back. What a game. Wow. What a game.
and you're so tired, but I know that you're strong.
Damn.
So turn back. Turn
Yeah, mate.
back.
Just deliver it, is it? Okay, well there we are then, guys. Wow, that was interesting. A very big plot twist. Was not expecting that at all. Yeah. I'm really happy I played the game though. That was like genuinely amazing. Was not expecting the ending where it goes throughout the whole thing where it's like Coda was depressed, social anxiety, and was just constantly trying to create these games and kept on running out of ideas. And then it actually turns out that he wasn't depressed at all. It was actually Davey just needing external validation all the time. And yeah, just being told that he's doing a good job with whatever he's doing. The ending was really sad when literally you come around the corner and it's just like, "Dear Davey, do not speak to me ever again." Damn. But anyway then, guys, this is where we're going to end this video. I've now got to edit it so it can go live for Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So yeah, this could be a little bit interesting, but we're going to edit this. We're going to get it uploaded. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please let me know down in the comments. Smash the like button. Comment what it is down below. Subscribe if you are new. Share the video around. I would love to get a little community. Let me know what you think of the new camera angle. I'm kind of loving it. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.